You mentioned Mikal Bridges.
Sure.
Took the NBA by storm last year when he was traded to the Nets. In 27 games with the Nets, he put up 26 points per game, incredible efficiency, looked like a true star. Now, he's still been good to start the season, but it's not the same as we saw last spring. He's been in a little bit of a slump from 3-point range, isn't getting the line as much. Are you still confident that Mikal Bridges can be the guy we saw last spring, or are you readjusting your expectations?
Um, what I think is that it was always fool's gold to think that he would be who he was, like the 25 point per game scorer at ultra efficiency. But like I've loved what Mikal Bridges is, and like what he is, he represents the greatest possible foundational piece that's a non-rookie that you could have right now because his contract is so darn cheap. He is really, really good. 20 point per game scorer, relatively efficient. His assist totals are going up. And a tremendous defender. I he is not a one. He'll never be a real one, and that's what he looked like last spring. But that again was like he was like riding the high of trying to play 83 games in an 82 game season, like a maniac. Regardless of how high his heights are, that as a Nets fan perspective, like it's just so much of a better time rooting for him than like what was happening before. Um, I just think the Nets have such an advantage with Bridges because his contract is so cheap, goes on so long, and he is so good, and he will fit with any. There's not a single player in the NBA that
Yeah,
like Bridges wouldn't fit with. You know?
I know. Yeah, any trade rumor, it's like you always have to mention the Nets because it's like why not? They
Yeah.
definitely whoever it is could play with Bridges.
Like Andrew and I were talking Chet for Ben Simmons. I was like, the Nets aren't going to give up Ben Simmons for Chet. Not going to happen. Or was it
We
Giddy?
do
I forget who we were talking about. We had threw around a lot of names.
we have random trade negotiations throughout the season, typically centered around Josh Giddey. But
Well, a
yeah,
Nets fan authentically tweeted out Giddy for Nick Claxton. It helps both teams. I don't. Yeah, there's a gap. There's a certain gap. I love Nick Claxton. Love him with all my heart. But
yeah,
Giddy's just like there's a little bit of a higher ceiling.
That's
Just be
nice of you
honest.
to say that, but there is a fairly big Thunder account that proposed that same trade like a week earlier.
Is that the Down to Dunk Thunder account? Is that
it's not.
Yeah, it was
It's
Andrew
definitely
K.
not.
Select.
Not me.